friends, welcome to RV Academy. In management accounting, already we discussed about the analysis of financial statements, that is called to be the comparative statement, common size statement, trend analysis. Of course, we also discussed about the cash flow statement analysis. Today's class, I will going to tell you about the ratios. What is ratio? Ratio is a comparison of two values to analyze or assess the financial statement. Just look at the definition given by Kerr and Bedford. A ratio is an expression of the quantitative relationship between two numbers. Taking two values or two numbers, we find out the relationship between the two numbers. According to Collet, a ratio is the relation of the amount A to another B expressed as a ratio of A to B or as simple fraction, integer, decimal or percentage. So the ratios can be either we can present in the form of percentages or in terms of time or percentages. That is what is the definition given here. What are the various classifications? Before I go to the classification, what are the uses of ratios? Let me tell you the various uses of ratio analysis. The ratios helps in decision making. For any decision, the ratios will help us. For example, current ratio. If current assets are compared with current liabilities, it is less than 2:1. That is the standard ratio. If current assets are 2 times of that of current liability, then the firm will be considered as a stable company. If less than that, they can take certain decision to improve the current assets position. Similarly, it helps in financial forecasting and planning. Ratios will help in financial forecasting of the company and for planning the long term as well as short term. Utility to shareholders and investors. It requires, this information is required by the shareholders and investors. Why? They get decision, the ratios will help us. For example, current ratio. If current assets are compared with current liabilities, it is less than 2:1. That is the standard ratio. If current assets are 2 times of that of current liability, then the firm will be considered as a stable company. If less than that, they can take certain decision to improve the current assets position. Similarly, it helps in financial forecasting and planning. Ratios will help in financial forecasting of the company and for planning the long term as well as short term. Utility to shareholders and investors. It requires, this information is required by the shareholders and investors. Why? They can compare their shareholdings with the debts of the company, shareholdings with the net worth of the company. All these will help the investors whether to invest on the shares or not. Utility to creditors, the suppliers. Just they look at the credit worthiness of the company by current ratio. If current assets are more than the current liability, if it is 2:1, the suppliers easily supply the goods. Before they supply the goods, creditors wants to study the current ratios. Utility to employees. So employees also require this for the purpose of finding out the profits and requirement for increment, bonus, commission, etc. Utility to government. Government is also required these ratios. Tax audit requirements. The government requires the tax audit. For the purpose of tax audit, the ratio analysis will help for the government. All these are the various benefits of the ratio. Now let us go to the types of ratio. The ratios can be classified into 4 major parts. The first part is liquidity ratio. Liquidity ratio means what? Converting the liquidity means converting the various assets into cash, cash into assets. That is called liquidity ratio. In liquidity ratio, we going to take all the current assets and current liabilities into consideration, and we calculate various liquidity ratios like current ratio, acid test ratio, quick ratio, all these will be calculated with the help of liquidity ratio. Long-term solvency ratio, in the long-term solvency ratio, or we can say the long-term debt ratio, all long-term liabilities are considered for calculation of long-term solvency ratio. Activity ratios, it is comparing the turnovers with various assets. Stock turnover ratio, debtors turnover ratio, creditors turnover ratio, like all these comes under activity ratio. Profitability ratios, the net profit is compared with various items like gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, expenses to profit ratio, all these comes under the profitability ratio. You just go through the chart, various types of ratios which is given in this chart. See the liquidity ratios, current ratio, acid test ratio, absolute liquid ratio. So current ratio means current assets are compared with the current liability. Acid test ratio means, see, except the stock. Usually in the business cycle, see, cash converted into goods, goods converted into debtors, debtors converted into cash. This is a routine process. In other words, if you take a long cycle process, cash will converted into raw material. Raw material will goes to semi-finished goods. Semi-finished goods will become finished goods. Finished goods becomes debtors. Debtors becomes bills receivable. Bills receivable become cash. For this cycle, it may take 6 to 12 months. In this, except stock immediate liquidity means within a period of 6 months, which are the assets can be converted into cash, that will be taken into account, and immediate liabilities means immediately payables will be taken in the acid test ratio. Absolute liquidity ratio means we take only cash in hand, cash at bank, and immediate payments payable will be taken into account. This all items are comparison of current assets and current liabilities. Long-term solvency ratios or leverage ratios. Here we have different long-term solvency ratios or leverage ratios. Debt equity ratio, total debts of the business are compared with the equity or shareholders fund. Debt to total capitalization ratio, interest coverage ratio, capital gearing ratio. All these ratios are taking the long-term liabilities and the equity shareholders fund. We calculate these ratios. It is all long-term liability. On the liability side, we have current assets, current liabilities and the long-term liabilities. All current liabilities and current assets goes to the liquidity ratios, and long-term liabilities goes to long-term solvency ratio. Activity ratios, here stock turnover ratio, total stock is compared with the sales or cost of sales, stock turnover ratio, debtors turnover ratio, fixed assets turnover ratio, total assets turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, payable turnover ratio, capital employed turnover ratio. See, all these are all assets are compared with sales. Sales is nothing but turnover. Sales or cost of sales. Stock turnover ratio, debtors is compared with sales, debtors turnover ratio. Fixed assets are compared with sales, fixed assets turnover ratio. Total assets turnover ratio, total assets are compared with the sales or cost of sales. Working capital turnover ratio, working capital means what? Current assets minus current liabilities, whatever is there, that is working capital, that is compared with cost of sales. Payable turnover ratio means creditors turnover ratio. Capital employed turnover ratio. Capital employed includes what? Equity share capital, preference share capital, reserves, surplus. All these put together, we call it as capital employed. Capital employed is compared with sales. Debt equity ratio, that is second part. Total debts are compared with equity. Creditors turnover ratio, stock turnover ratio. All items are compared either with all liabilities, all assets, or compared with the sales or cost of sales is called as activity ratios, that is called to be turnover ratios. Profitability ratio in relation to sales. All these ratios are in relation to sales. Gross profit ratio. Gross profit is compared with sales. Net profit ratio. Net profit is compared with sales. Operating ratio. Operating expenses are compared with sales. Operating expenses ratio is compared with the sales. In relation to investment, return on investment ratio, return on capital employed, return on equity capital, return on total capital, earning per share, price equity ratio. All these are the various types of ratios. So don't try to mug up the formulas. In the question itself you can understand the ratios and you can write the formula. For example, here you just look at the various types of ratios. First one is current ratio. Current ratio means what? Current ratio. Name itself is telling comparison of current assets with current liability. Current assets divided by current liability. Ideal ratio is 2:1. In other words, always current asset should be 2 times of that of the current liability. Then the company is a very stable company. They can able to meet all their immediate obligations. That is what it identifies. Ideal ratio is 2:1. If current assets are 2 times of that of current liability, then it is a very good company. So similarly, quick or liquidity or asset test ratio. Here we take current assets minus stock and prepaid expenses. Stock and prepaid expenses, if you minus, you get current assets or liquid assets. Liquid assets means what? It includes cash, debtors, bills receivable, immediate realizable investments. This will be called as liquid assets. That means any asset which can be converted within a period of 3 to 6 months is called liquid asset. Any asset which is required 6 to 12 months becomes current asset. Stock becomes 12 months to convert. Prepaid expenses, of course, it is taking long time to convert into cash, so that the current asset minus stock and prepaid expenses, we get liquid asset. Divided by current liabilities minus bank overdraft. Liquid liability. In other words, we call it as liquid liability. Liquid assets divided by liquid liability. Liquid liability means what? Obligations which are payable within a period of 6 to 12 months, 6 months, within a period of 3 to 6 months. If obligations are payable within a period of 6 to 12 months, then it is the current liability. If payable within a period of 3 to 6 months, it is liquid liability. Liquid assets divided by liquid liability is called to be the liquid ratio. The ideal ratio is 1:1. Absolute liquid ratio, here we take cash and bank plus short term securities, immediately convertible securities, divided by current liabilities minus bank overdraft. So this is absolute liquid ratio. In the liquid ratio we have only 3: current ratio, liquid ratio, absolute liquid ratio. Efficiency or activity ratio, here we have inventory turnover ratio, cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Cost of goods sold means what? Opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock is equivalent to cost of goods sold. And average inventory means what? Opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2 becomes the average inventory. Inventory turnover ratio means net sales divided by closing stock. Carefully you see here, inventory turnover ratio. Turnover means, I told you already, it is sales. Inventory means stock. So net sales by closing stock, it is a relationship between the two. Inventory conversion period ratio, 365 divided by inventory turnover period. How many days it will take to convert the stock into cash? To calculate that, we apply this formula or this ratio. Inventory conversion period ratio, total number is 365 divided by inventory turnover period, we get inventory conversion period ratio. Debtors or receivable turnover ratio, debtors turnover divided by velocity, net credit annual sales divided by average trade debtors. Trade debtors is equals to sundry debtors plus bills receivable plus accounts receivables. Average debtors is equals to opening debtors plus closing debtors divided by 2. In the absence of credit sales and opening and closing debtors, we apply this formula. Debtors velocity is equals to total sales divided by debtors. Average collection period, how many days it requires to convert the debtors into cash. To calculate that, we apply this ratio 365 divided by debtors turnover ratio. Creditors are payable turnover ratio, creditors turnover or velocity, net credit annual purchases divided by average trade creditors. Creditors related with purchases, debtors related with sales. Trade creditors is equals to sundry creditors plus bills payable. In the absence of credit purchases and opening and closing creditors, we apply this formula. In place of total sales, we apply total purchases divided by creditors in place of debtors. Similarly, average payment period 365 divided by creditors turnover ratio. In case of debtors turnover ratio, we calculate debtors 365 divided by debtors turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio is equals to cost of sales or sales divided by average working capital. In the absence of cost of sales and opening working capital, sales divided by closing working capital. Long-term financial position or test of solvency, debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio is equals to outsiders fund, that is long-term debts only, divided by shareholders fund, that comes to proprietor fund equity net worth, or external equity is divided by internal equity. Debts to net worth, outsiders fund divided by net worth. Funds, funded debt to total capitalization ratio. Funded debt to capitalization ratio is equals to funded debt divided by total capitalization into 100. Proprietary ratio or equity ratio. Equity ratio is equals to shareholders fund divided by total asset. Solvency ratio, total liabilities to outsiders divided by total assets. Fixed assets to net worth or fixed assets to proprietors fund, fixed assets divided by shareholders fund. Fixed asset ratio or fixed assets to total long-term funds, fixed assets divided by total long-term funds. Ratio or fixed assets to long-term funds, fixed assets divided by total long-term loans. Ratio of current assets to proprietors fund. Ratio of current assets is equals to current assets divided by shareholders fund into 100. Fixed assets to proprietors fund, fixed assets divided by shareholders fund. Fixed asset ratio or fixed assets to total long-term funds, fixed assets divided by total long-term loans. Ratio of current assets to proprietary fund, current assets divided by shareholders fund into 100. Interest coverage ratio or debt service ratio, net profit divided by fixed interest charges. All these are the various types of long-term financial position or test of solvency ratios. Now, profitability ratio, gross profit ratio is equals to gross profit divided by net sales into 100. Operating ratio, operating cost divided by net sales into 100. Operating profit ratio, operating profit divided by net sales into 100. Expenses ratio, particular expenses divided by net sales into 100. Cost of goods sold ratio, cost of goods sold divided by sales into 100. Administrative expenses ratio, administrative plus office expenses divided by sales into 100. Selling and distribution expenses ratio, selling and distribution expenses divided by sales into 100. Non-operating expenses ratio, non-operating expenses divided by sales into 100. Net profit ratio, net profit after tax divided by net sales into 100. Overall profitability ratio, Now the overall profitability ratio here, net worth, net profit divided by shareholders fund. Return on equity capital, net profit after tax minus preference dividend divided by equity share capital. Earning per share is equals to net profit after tax minus preference dividend divided by number of equity shares. Return on capital employed or return on investment, net profit divided by capital employed. Capital turnover ratio, cost of goods sold or sales divided by capital employed. Fixed assets turnover ratio, cost of goods sold or sales divided by fixed asset. Dividend yield ratio, dividend per share divided by market value per share. Dividend payout ratio, dividend per equity shares divided by earning per share. Price earning ratio or earning yield ratio, market price per equity share divided by earning per share. Capital carrying ratio, equity share capital plus reserves and surplus divided by preference capital plus long term debts. All these are the various different types of ratios. Please don't worry about the various types of ratios. In the problem itself, you can identify how to put the formulas and solve the answers. So in my next video, I will tell you how to calculate the various ratios. You please don't worry about looking into the format and different types of ratios. This is only a format. While doing the answers, I will tell you how to solve the problems. Please like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you. Some of the book I published for BCom and BBA of BCU and BO for Skyward and Sapna Book House. Please make use of it.